So Rinat, excellent having you in Gothenburg. You've been working 5 years now with AUTOSAR, and would be really nice to have some reflections about what have you been seeing and thoughts about the last 5 years.
Oh, thank you, Marcus, also for being here. I mean, we've seen today what's possible here in the North if the companies are interested, also in the workshop. And the last 5 years were pretty intense on the one side, but on the other side, I learned so much. I'm very thankful grateful also to the people that helped me grow in this organization. And it's always a team approach. It's a team approach inside of AUTOSAR, where you have a project leader team, which is quite stable, very technical, capable. And then you have like strategic levels from the steering committee. That's where I was jumping into after 2 years. And then the chairperson team as well, leading that the last 2 years, was a great, intense time with a lot of learning.
Where is Adaptive today?
Adaptive is in a very interesting state because the tier 2 companies are developing it in parallel to the standardization. So we have the standard still evolving. Some of the APIs are kind of stable. And on the other side, there is the certification on the product ongoing through the partners. So we need kind of to bring that together to one milestone and say, hey, that's the standard for POSIX for future. And this is pretty near already. So we see new OEMs popping up with projects, and pretty sure it won't disappear again.
I want to touch upon active safety aspect, and also the cybersecurity aspect. Mm-hmm. We see legislations coming in, ISO 21434 being the latest, mm-hmm. and the need to have continuous compliance. What would the response from AUTOSAR be? What role will Adaptive have in this continuous compliance need? That's
big. That's really big because at the end, our platforms are there that we are not killing people with the car. So we have dependable platforms that tackles both like cybersecurity and functional safety. And we have the partners that are certifying it up to ASIL-D. That is the highest level in automotive from a software quality perspective. And having then a nice API to work with, and also configuration files and tools around it, is, I think, the key for a nice certification from customer perspective. What would you have as recommendations in becoming compliant from an AUTOSAR perspective? The topic of functional safety or cybersecurity, in fact, boils down to product liability. It's how OEMs and companies that would like to release cars on the road, creating products and are having responsibility to make that in a longer life cycle. And this is what we shouldn't forget. Even if we have the right technologies in place, even if we are in time, there's still a very official and management level, I would say, decision to say that's the product we would like to roll out. And for automated driving, I don't even think that we are, from the legislation perspective, on a clear ground to streamline the technology in this direction. So it's good what the startups are doing, honestly, in Silicon Valley, in China, and also in Germany, because they are questioning, together with the tech companies, the ways we are developing at the moment. And we need this kind of impulse from outside. Yeah. And in this ecosystem, making autonomous driving possible, for instance, mm-hmm. what do you see surrounding the Adaptive platform? What else needs to fall into place, and what interfaces need to work out for this to be a reality? Mm. I mean, my strength is mainly looking to the future. So I'm a kind of person that sometimes I'm lost in the now, because I'm trying to figure out what are the next steps. And if you look to the next steps, combining the platforms that we need for HPCs, that's definitely something with ROS that's adaptive. It's infotainment systems around Android or Linux. And if you combine such an integration work in an efficient way, then you have a pretty nice base as an OEM to be flexible, but still rely on your own software development.
Short to mid-term, say 2-3 years ahead, what do you see for AUTOSAR as the biggest challenges and opportunities?
In 2-3 years, I guess there will be a third programming language inside the car, besides C and C++. The Rust community is speeding up a bit, and it also helps that bigger companies around Google and Linux are working with this language, bringing in developers. I like also the paradigm behind it, the compiler, how it works. So it will definitely take its step to automotive, just a matter when. I hope that will help also to attract new developers. We've been to the Web Summit, to the Slush this year, and the easiest way to connect to the developers was to ask them about their programming language. And Rust was one of the languages where they just, oh, Rust, really? In automotive? Oh, that's interesting. Let's go for that. Yeah, and you can motivate people around the language quite easily. C++ is still in place, and the feature set is nice, right? And C is stable, will always remain in the car. But Rust is maybe a future language we need to observe, yeah.
If I force you to make a bold guess about the future, something unlikely, something you won't be happy to say on film, but I force you to make you say it on film, what would that be?
Okay, then I would just bring up a scenario. We have OEMs that try to develop a good software culture. We have the tech players that, including the startups, try to understand automotive. And I think this will really clash in a number of serious projects. So we will have a lot of tension in how we bring in good software to the cars. And some of the OEMs will struggle with that. And I think that's the thing that we need to help as a community. You know, we are an automotive software community, and it's also about helping each other with dealing with the situation.
So you will step down as chairperson of AUTOSAR. What's happening now in your career?
I'm smiling. So just last week, I was released from Günther Reichert during the release event from the position. I was very happy about it. So, but it's with the learning I have, I'm like going more to the Californian region, and I would try to experience how software products more are created, how the license model behind that works, and compare that also to what automotive OEMs are doing.
Oh, so you're still welcome to San Diego. We'll see you in San Diego, okay?
Yeah, if you join there, we will see each other, of course. I mean, automotive is part of the new role as well, but it goes beyond. And San Diego will be just great. We heard the new keynotes that we are planning. I'm looking forward to the speeches over there. We had good abstract response as well from the community on that. Yeah.
Thank you a lot, Rinat.
Thank you. And thanks also for supporting the community. AUTOSAR is, it is there because partners like you are pushing it. So I can only invite everyone to take your step and use this community as also a downstream possibility to the products. Yeah.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rinat.